how do you do this shit again? Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of The Purposes of the Pale, your number one source for ASMR content.
Yes.
We have many kinds of different ASMR categories for you. One right now that we're offering is girlfriend gets bitten by hamster and fucking explodes. So we're gonna be doing this at the end of the podcast. Stay tuned. Now we're gonna talk about like media or something. I'm curious, and I'm with my co-host Gray,
I'm the
fellow
hamster.
ASMR enthusiast.
Yes.
All right, how's your week been, man?
Oh man, it's been a while since we recorded, hasn't it? We
2 weeks. Yeah.
we missed last week.
Indeed.
But it's all right. You know, life happens. Other than I've been going to school because we have preparatory classes for 12th grade. I want to die.
Relatable.
Yeah.
Well, to get into more specifics, the reason why light got in the way, well, specifically a video got in the way, because I wanted to make my Furin video. So I was like, Ray, please don't kill me if I don't come onto the podcast for one episode. And you were like, okay, I'll spare you this time, but you only have 3 family members left, so think about that. So I was
Indeed.
like, okay.
That's exactly what I said.
But yeah, so I made a Furin video. I actually don't know if you saw it. Like, it's up like as of time of recording.
I forgot to tell you anything about it. It was a good video. I mean,
Thank you.
It's like, I think you can do I think you're better at doing non-review type videos, but for a review
non-review
video, it was
type
a good video.
videos. What kind of videos do I do that's like non-review type videos on my channel at least?
Well, not anything so far, but I think you can really do well with I don't know, maybe like a video essay or like a deep down analysis or something.
That's some real faith in me, man. Like I haven't even done anything of that sort, and you're like, you'll be better at this than what you're doing right now. I mean, that's encouraging.
I mean, you sent me your script before you actually recorded, I think, right?
Yes, I did.
And yeah, when you read it, you can like tell that you can do well in something, I guess.
This is vague as shit. I don't understand. What do you mean? When you read it, you can tell I can do well. I will take that as a compliment and move on. Okay. But yeah, I mean, hopefully in the future I want to dive into more, maybe not like video essay, especially. I kind of like the ADHD bullshit style I have going on right now, but I do want to talk about something that's more, has more substance to it.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I'm moving forward to in the future. I mean, I talked about this last time on the podcast on the Poor Things one, and nothing has changed so far. I'm working on the Masturbation Master, and also Lane video. Both of them kind of have been still circling in my brain, so we'll get there when we get there. I have like a break coming up in 2 weeks, but
nice.
we're going to Athens, so I won't be working on videos. I'll be even more whitewashed, or I guess Greek washed. I'll see the origin of Western culture.
Origin of Western philosophy as well.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting. I'm looking forward to it. Just more about the video. I don't know if this is gonna be interesting, but this is not the thing I was trying to say. So what I was trying to say, I think only like the first minute of the video was like real editing, and I was proud of the part that I did. I like the part where I took Freerin and I like bit her. Well, it sounds really bad. No, like I made it so like she was like, I was talking about something like Freerin was like digestible junk food, like comfy junk food, and then I like animated her getting chopped, and that was kind of fun. That was really fun for me, and also a lot of masking because I've been making this fully coolly ANV for like 3 billion years, and I'm doing a lot of masking on that just because it's like the easiest way to get some kind of dynamic movement and layering in your ANV. But yeah, like besides that, it was mostly just clip selection because I was kind of on a tight schedule. Not really. Nobody really cared, but me. I was like, no, I gotta make it. I gotta make it until Friday. And I didn't. Instead, I pulled an all-nighter, and now I'm barely hanging on. The only thing keeping me alive is the prospect that we're doing the ASMR at the end of this podcast, and I can fucking die. Well, no, I fucking explode. It's a different thing. Can we talk about Monogatari real quick? Can we talk about Monogatari second season? Can we do that?
Yeah. Go ahead. That was on my list of things to talk.
Really?
Yeah.
Awesome. I mean, you watched it for the first time. You finished it. So what did you think of it?
I mean, I think I already told you. It's like I said something like good writing doesn't get much better than this, and I stand by it. It's like very, very I'm not a very good describer of things. I really get why you like it now, and I really like it as well. But it's not something that I will like talk a lot about because it's not my kind of thing to talk a lot about, if that makes sense.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. What makes you say that?
It's like it's very character focused, it's very writing focused, which I like writing, but I'm not a writer like you are a writer. I'm not into writing as like you are into writing, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I can see that definitely.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, and that's exactly why it's kind of hard for me to talk about monogatari, what.
Monogatari series, second season.
Yeah.
Just do the Japanese accent.
Or Mon Story. I'll just say that.
Fucking, oh god, I hate it. There's like a template. Of like a Japanese,
I know.
Yeah, right.
The people, motherfuckers who say Mon Story instead of Monogatari. Yeah.
This is fucking stupid as shit. I hate it. Like it's usually like the other way around. Like if you say like what is it, Kokaku Kikodai instead of Ghost in the Shell, then you're a Japanese weeaboo.
Yeah.
But like Bakemonogatari just sounds so much cooler than Ghost Story or Mon Story. Like it's cringe, big cringe. If anybody does that, stop. Don't do it. Don't do it anymore.
But I don't care because I'm a non-conformist. So like Mon Story was very. I really liked it. I had a lot of fun with it, which I did not really expect because, Bakemonogatari was very fast-paced. I don't really have like a concrete memory of watching Bakemonogatari other than the fact that I really liked it. And I know what happens in the show, but I don't really have a concrete, this happened and this happened and this happened and this is why this was good. That kind of memory or recollection of it. Because it was very fast and very unconventional.
Yeah.
But maybe this time I grew a brain and I think I understood a lot of things that was happening, and I understood. At least I was able to cognize, certain character things that made sense, and then that were built or developed as a season went on, and like each arc, I think the season started with Tsubasa Tiger, I think.
Yes. Hanekawa conclusion arc.
And I really liked it, but like in retrospect, it's probably the weakest, and that's huge.
That's a spicy ass take. Okay, wait, what was the second season again? Let me remind myself. So there's Tsubasa Tiger, Mayoi Jangshi.
Yeah.
There's the Koi Monogatari and Otori, and then there was also. Did you watch Hana Monogatari?
No.
Or is that later? Okay, that's later.
Yeah,
Never mind.
yeah.
But there's like one in between. There's like 5 arcs. Let me think. I was talking about Oni Monogatari, Shinobu. What is it called? Shinobu Time. That one
Shinobu
is like.
Time, yeah.
That one is widely considered like one of the worst arcs in the story.
Really?
Yeah, well, yeah, because like Araragi just like sexually assaults 3 children for like half of it, and then like and then.
I mean, that is true. That is true.
And then Hachiguchi just says bye bye, because I'm a ghost. I'm gonna go now. Bye bye, and then they go. It's like I thought it was okay, but yeah. I think Tsubasa Tiger is like considered like the best one for a lot of people.
Really?
Yeah. Why didn't you like it that much?
I did like it, but I just
but
was, like Hanekawa as a character is just not very fun for me. She's a good character. She's very well written, but like her thing of being like too good that it's disgusting. I don't know. I just don't find it very appealing. Yeah, it's not anything with like the writing or anything like that, but it's just the content itself that I have a problem with. I don't even have a problem with it. It's just unappealing to me.
So let's let it be on record that you prefer Araragi assaulting 3 children than Hanekawa's character arc.
That's not why I like Shinobu Time.
Why did you like Shinobu Time? Did you like it when Araragi kissed Shinobu?
I know, no. You're trying to paint me as someone I'm not.
Yes, that's what I'm doing. I'm doing a smear
fetishist,
campaign.
You should not do that.
You know what?
I like
feet, but I don't like children's feet.
Crimes of burning orphanages and collecting feet.
What? Wait, this is a wild jump. Wait, what do you? No, I'm a pure feet fetishist. Okay, I just like feet, and I don't go around burning orphanages, guys. Okay, it's fine.
Okay, so here's a secret. He's a necro feet fetishist.
What the fuck are you? This guy's. Okay, I shouldn't have begun the smear campaign because this guy is like really good at smearing people. Anyway, so like, what about Shinobu Time? What about Shinobu Time?
Okay, I like Shinobu. I like the central thing. What would be
the central thing even?
The darkness. I like that thing. a lot.
Ah.
It's like
The darkness
the world.
was the
It's
thing.
like a. It's like what do you call it? It's like a bug, not a bug, but like a countermeasure for a bug
Yeah.
that's inbuilt into the world itself.
Hmm.
That like acts when individual individual personalities bugs out, and that's like the central conflict of the arc, which I like. I really like that concept, which is appealing to me. Which that's what was appealing to me, and not the kissing part or that part.
I see.
Yes.
Yeah, I think Shinobu Time. I'm reading a light novel right now, and it's a bit better. But to me, it just felt very disjointed because some of it was just kind of like, okay, this is easier to understand in the books where they just go on so many tangents that you kind of get used to it, and you're like, okay, this is the thing they're going with. But like in the anime, especially, like when you watch it for the first time, you're like, well, most of Araragi and Hachikuji's relationship is just him assaulting her. Like, why am I like sad now? Like, so it didn't make sense on that aspect. But then that's more of like a just adaptation thing. They couldn't do everything. But also there's the whole, I think there was like a whole episode that was presented really well. It was like a wall scroll thing where they were presenting Shinobu's backstory.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I was like, okay, that's kind of cool, but why? It was like, oh, I'm explaining the darkness. Yeah, I'm going through all of these lengths to describe the backstory, and then, yeah, I just felt like a lot of it, and at the end when Hachikuji says goodbye and then kisses Araragi, a lot of it felt disjointed to me. Even though I think the individual aspects are fine, I just don't think they worked together as a strong core. It happens with a lot of Monogatari arcs that are kind of like not on the people's typically top favorite list, like Koi Monogatari, like Hitagi End. Holy shit, that arc is so good. But there's a bit later, Owari, one of my personal like underrated favorites. Like it's also just a lot of really disjointed parts that are cool, but they don't really work together. But the difference with Owari is that Senjogata is in it, so like no, that's not the reason. But I just like the individual parts a lot more, and here it just wasn't enough draw for me. But I get I think the darkness concept is cool, and I'll say that you can see a bit more of the darkness later on. So look forward to that.
Yeah, nice.
Yes.
I was expecting I mean, the thing with Hachikuji is that it was kind of expected because like we had the Mayoi Jiangshi arc right before, which kind of built their relationship a bit more. Because by the end, it's like, I think we talked about this in one of the earlier episodes, right? Where it's like, fuck, I forgot. Having new relationships, it's like, fuck, I really don't remember.
Oh, what did we say? We said something smart. I forgot.
Yeah, we did.
It was something smart. It was about how like, well, it's about mostly Shinobu, right? Like about how like how
no,
the
it was like it
was about how like since like the backgrounds of Monogatari are so like desolate, like we all always only focus on the characters and the character relationships matter or something. I'll play a clip. Like I'll just say that I'll just play the smart thing we said last time. I forgot. Okay, yeah, but yeah, I get your point.
More like I don't know it was the Mayoi Jiangshi arc was like focusing on like the relationships that we have with other people being so incredibly important in like their simple existences or something. I don't know. That's the reason why I think Shinobu Time, at least as a concept, made sense because I mean, first off, Mayoi Jiangshi, it's like named after Hachikuji, and it focuses a lot on Shinobu, and Shinobu Time is named after Shinobu, and it focuses a lot more on Hachikuji. And
I don't know I don't know how the fuck they're like naming all these things. It's really weird. Yeah.
But I guess it does have like a logic behind it, which I can see at least. So I still liked it.
I liked Monogatari. Yes, Monogatari is one of my favorites ever, so I also liked it.
Yeah, I think I paused and I almost sent you like, what the fuck is this anime? When like the first time, fuck, I forgot her name. I really forgot her name. The orange girl. Yeah, Otsugi kissed Araragi.
Yosuke is like the worst character in this entire fucking show. Like,
Yeah,
like, people
probably.
like her, but like I just don't get it at all. And she's just a doll. Like,
Yeah.
why? I
I
don't.
mean,
get
her
it.
saying "yeah" is kind of cute, I guess.
Yeah, but like it's there's so many like more funnier deadpan
Yeah,
characters
definitely.
than Yosuke. So I don't really. I can't name anything right now because Nishio is good at writing characters. I just don't think among Monogatari characters, she's not the most interesting. And also, I think Shinobu Time. The reason why maybe I didn't like it that much is because it's sandwiched between fucking Otori Monogatari
Yeah,
and
that
Koi
is true, that's
Monogatari.
very true,
So like
very
I just want to skip to the part where the Kaiki shows up. Like I don't want to watch this boring stuff about Hachikuji dying or something. I don't care. I want to see a Nadeko. But what did you think about the Nadeko Kaiki arc?
Yeah, I was about to get there. That's probably my favorite arc.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, it was like from the very beginning. It was very tight.
Tight.
Yeah, tight. It was tight and very hot. Not hot. What?
Enough. Okay.
Yeah, but it was very good because like I like Kaiki as a character. He's very interesting because he's all the dynamics between like the fakery and like the truth and shit, and he's a genuinely fun character to like listen to. His monologues are great. And then we have Senjo Gahara, one of the other best characters. Probably I really get why she's your waifu, I guess.
Yes.
Although
Senjo
she is
so
a 2D
good.
pain. Fuck. It's very cringe now, isn't it? I really like those two's dynamic, and I think the whole thing is structured like a investigative mystery kind of thing where we're following Kaiki I really like that as well. Slowly piecing together who Senjo Gahara, not Senjo Gahara, Sengoku
Nadeko.
is. Yeah.
Sengoku Nadeko, yes.
Yeah, and we also get to learn who Sengoku really is in it, and it really makes sense in retrospect, looking back to like the Bakemonogatari arc, and as well as Nisa Monogatari, or like bits of it, I think like at the end there's like spoilers. I'm pretty sure it's like a throw off thing, isn't it? Because like, right? Probably.
What do you mean throw off? Like the thing that happens to Kaiki?
Yeah.
Just watch later and you'll see. I don't want to say anything right now.
Okay.
In fact, the very next entry, you'll see what I mean.
Probably a throw off because like, just feels like it. Anyways.
Yeah. And Kaiki's whole thing is that
he
kind of just says it outright that like he says it outright. He might be lying about like all of this or something.
Yeah.
I think what made the Nautical arc especially interesting is that it was actually something relatable to like, okay, I don't want to say that. Like that sounds bad, but Nishi Oishin stories are usually about something that's a bit more like outside of reality. Like, and they're interesting as concepts, and they can be analyzed in some kind of meta sense. Like, I think a lot of Monogatari characters kind of are built off of some kind of trope. Senju Gahara, the tsundere, and Hanakawa, the class president, like all these things, and they kind of, what if they were real, like that kind of thing. That's how a lot of these characters I think were conceptualized. But Nadeko, like, I mean, she's also like a cutesy moe girl, the whole thing about very nice circulation and blah, blah, blah. Yeah. But I think the core of her character is actually something relatable. It's about her passion. It's about not feeling like being ashamed of it or something. And
also labels, right? Because like she was labeled cute, and now she's not allowed to do anything that isn't cute, or like she like it's like a self labeling. I mean, others around her labeled her cute, which led her to like push herself into the mold of cute, and that's probably that's what led her to closet her passions and shit. I really like that.
Yeah, and there's just so many interesting parts about Nadeko's arc in Otori Monogatari, like how this is kind of spoilers, I guess, but like the thing, the scrunchie that was leading her all this time was just herself, and just showing how I guess she wants to be rid of agency in this scenario. She wants to be strung along, in this thing and eventually do something about it. Even though like, yeah, I think she's just so conditioned to the labels and the expectations placed onto her as a girl who should like Araragi. I don't even know why. I think it's just because like she liked him before. I think I don't remember anymore. And how these expectations weigh her down so that she needs a god. She needs to come up with a god to. I mean, this is monogatari, so I don't think it's literal, but I'm just saying like she needs so many like exterior things to justify her own feelings, which eventually don't even aren't even her true feelings anyways. So God damn it, it's so good.
Yeah.
And Kaiki as well. Like Kaiki is kind of a shitty person in so many ways, but his TED talk to Nadeko, this is like what's so I think compelling about. This is not even just monogatari in general, but like character dramas. Like when characters are just like broken enough, or like broken in specific ways that another person can hear them out and just point at their insecurities and fucking strike them through, even though they themselves might be really, I guess hypocrites in a lot of it. Well, I guess Kaiki's advice were mostly just like kind of an old man thing, or like chase your passions, kid. Don't do that. But he also went on about like how like money, how much he loves money, and that's this whole thing, because money can be replaced. I think, right? Like that's what he said.
Exactly.
Yeah, like money can be replaced and all that, and money can buy anything. They can buy anything, but I think deep down, like he knows that he can't buy whatever Natiko has. Or maybe that's the thing. I think this is also a thing about the anime in general. I suggest you read the light novels later, obviously, because the anime cuts out a lot of dialogue that sometimes, and monologues that makes the thing a lot less clear, which, reversely encouraged me when I first watched it to really like dig into it. It's like, what the hell are they talking about? Because they kind of sound smart, but I don't know. But I just realized a lot of it is just because they lacked context. A lot of it is just because they cut out all of it because they had to fit it into this episode format. So yeah, there's an different appeal to it, I guess. But yeah, for a more detailed version, just read the light novels. So I need to read it soon. I'm reading the parts.
I think like the whole thing is whole thing is like Sherlock Holmes, except they're all therapists.
That's a very great way to say it. And yeah, I can't wait for you to watch until like the final season, because the final season is also
I'm
amazing.
Slowly approaching.
Yes. Monogatari talk. Have you had that in the episode in the podcast? I mean, last time we talked about Jiangxi
sort of
a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man, that's cool. I'm happy now.
Yeah.
Monogatari. What else do you got?
I played a video game. I finished it today, actually.
Today? Oh my god. What is the video game?
It's Ghost Trick Phantom Detective.
Oh my god. Let's go. Let's fucking go, dude. Ghost Trick is so good.
Yes.
Oh, Ghost Trick is so good. Like, what I really love about it is just that I think I wrote this on the backlogged review because I am beyond helping.
Oh yeah, I did read it. Yeah.
Yeah, I wrote it, but I think the thing I was saying is that Ace Attorney, the creator of Ace Attorney, Shukugumi, he also made Ghost Trick, and some of his biggest strengths are, one, making very distinct and likable characters that you can like on the fly immediately, so that you can get into their case and feel like kind of sympathy for them. But in this case, these characters are allowed to stay for the entirety of the game instead of just for one case usually. So they get way more fleshed out, and they get they're all interworked together in ways that you might not even expect, and they all work together so well. And at the end, it just feels like such a neatly, packed together puzzle.
Yeah.
Maybe some parts of the exposition is kind of forced,
That
but
is
I
true,
still
yeah,
think
it is.
Yeah. I still think it's an immaculate game, very fun to play, and yeah, it was great, and the music is good as well.
Yeah, of course, yeah. I finished it today morning. I've been playing it for like a week, I think. It's a pretty short game for what it is. I mean, I guess it only really warrants that much time, honestly, and I think it uses that amount of time really economically as well.
Yeah.
As you said, every single character is very unique and quirky and very fun to watch, as very entertaining. The design and as well as the animations. Animations is especially one thing that I really noticed. Even they don't really move around a lot, but the subtle movements they do really
Right.
fucking add to their characterization. Even
Exactly.
like the small. There's the detective who's like always dancing, Cabanella,
Yeah.
and I think the guy, the pigeon guy, the superintendent of the junkyard.
Oh, right.
Yeah, and like everyone has their really subtle, but I mean some less subtle than others. Not everyone is like dancing, but
Yeah.
I think the red guy. I mean,
The red
spoilers. And the red guy is like
Ooh.
Yomiel. That's
Okay,
his
yeah,
name.
Yomiel.
Yeah, Yomiel. Even his movement, like animations are so distinctly him. Like every,
Yeah.
it's like very I don't know, special agent esque.
Yeah, it feels
one
very-
hand always. Yeah, one hand
feels-
always inside the pocket. Yeah.
It feels very foreign, like, you know, when you're like seeing a character that's supposed to be you kind of moving around, like you first you're like, what the fuck, what's happening? And then
Yeah,
he conveys so well through his animation, which always makes him feel like kind of threatening, right?
Mm.
And also, I remember that
uh,
one girl from the, well, you can say it, you can.
Okay, yeah, this game actually made me appreciate dogs for once.
You don't like dogs, really?
Yeah.
What, really? That's mean. Dogs are nice. You're a dumb boy.
I had no problem with dogs. I didn't particularly like them. But this game, dogs can be
Yeah.
nice. They're good. I like them.
Missile, yeah, I like when
Yeah.
dogs save lives.
Yeah.
Missile is awesome. Did you know that Missile is actually based on Shuk Takumi's dog, like his own dog?
Ah,
personal
damn.
dog. Right. Yeah, and I think.
Did his dog die next to a meteor? Okay.
Well, not next to a meteor, but I think the dog did pass away.
Oh,
But I think it was
all
after the
dogs
game.
die, so
Yes, all dogs do die. Thank you for the philosophical observation there.
yeah.
Yeah, I loved Missile as well. She was I think it was a he. Yeah, he was
Yeah.
so cute, so nice. I love all the characters, and even the really really minute ones that I don't remember too much. There was this one girl at the chicken restaurant who was like rollerblading all the time,
yeah.
and she was like, I think she had like some crush on some person in the restaurant, and she was like, oh, I want to deliver you the chicken and also my love or something.
Yeah.
It was hilarious.
And like every time she left, like each character is like, she's odd. I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
she's odd. Yeah, me too. And then Sizzle's like, me too. And someone else is like, me too. Very fun, yeah.
Yeah, the dialogue writing, it's so good. You can see why Ace Attorney became such a big fucking hit with
yeah.
such a wide audience. I think my favorite. What's your favorite puzzle, if you can remember like one? Or favorite, like, I guess chapter, or I guess like scene that you had to play out. That's what I mean.
I mean, all of them were very, very fun. I didn't have to like look up anything like.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't have to look
Man.
up anything big. Only that, like at the end, I had an idea, but I wasn't sure if it was gonna work. So I had to. I looked it up just in case that if it wasn't gonna work, I didn't want to waste time because like it was yesterday and I had like some stuff to do, so I didn't want to waste time too much. Which is another thing that I guess it's kind of like a criticism is that it does get kind of tiresome because you can't really like fast forward the animations or anything, so you have to watch the same animations, even though I just did praise the animations for being as good as they are. I did look up like one thing, but other than that I did find everything else by myself, which they're all very what do you not tactile, but what do you call it?
Intuitive.
Yeah, intuitive. Thank you. Intuitive things, puzzles of like I think everyone like can easily find it just by like exploring the whole stage, right?
Yeah, and it feels rewarding to do that.
Yeah,
Like
indeed,
that's what's so fun about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you always feel like you're being brain blasted every time you figure out something.
Yeah, and also like there are those thought bubbles that do give you like sufficient hints if you're like really, really not, seeing any path ahead. There are sufficient hints there. So I really like the puzzle design. If I have to like say one, I really don't know. I don't exactly remember, but I guess I like the ones that are more self-contained than the ones that have you like go outside or like go away. That makes sense.
Yeah, same. I think for me too as well.
I think I like the that one. Fuck, what was it? The one where you save the justice minister.
Yes, that was the one I was talking about. That one is
Yeah.
so good. That was like my favorite. Like how you, I mean, you basically travel across the whole room through a bunch of like
Yeah.
really bullshit projectiles, and then you somehow manipulate the statue's sword to stab
Yeah,
across the
yeah.
globe, and then you hit the pill so the justice minister eats the pills and doesn't die. Like it's so. It's so good. It's so good. And the whole premise is based on this other thing that was set up earlier in the game, right? Of like this pompous lady that was neighbors to Missile and the other girl.
Yeah, that's his
What
wife.
was the girl? What was the girl's name that was like Missile's owner in English?
Camilla.
Camilla, okay.
Yeah, Camilla.
I read the Chinese translation, so I don't know.
Ah.
Yeah. So yeah, and just that callback alone is great. Also, I just love Justice Minister's wife. Like
Yeah.
her whole thing.
I thought it was like a side quest or something, because like after she called the justice minister, you get an option to go there. But I thought like it was like maybe like it's like a side quest. But you're set to go somewhere else. As was the same thing with the park, which I really like. They set up all the places like way before they're actually relevant to the story.
Yeah, you could just go in them. You might lose because you can't go anywhere from there, and you have to reload. And then who's the guy? Basically the main character will be like, well, I'm fucked. I'm a dumbass. I shouldn't do that. But I think one time I went into the chicken restaurant. Before anything happened in the chicken restaurant, and I just saw this guy singing a really long song about how he likes cooking chickens. That's why this game is so great. But yeah,
it's like I mean, as for like the story aspect of it, it's a very goofy game in it. Like,
yeah,
the end, like, spoilers alert.
Yes,
you are the cat.
Awesome. Yeah, I think the twist itself is kind of like, yeah.
I mean,
it was not my favorite.
Yeah. You can kind of like see. I mean, if you're not the pointed hair guy, then you're probably someone who died around there, and you can like guess maybe you're not human. I guessed we were probably something like the rat or something, but close enough.
It was just like kind of predictable.
Yeah.
But it's fine. It makes sense. I should get used to visual novels not pulling the meta bullshit every 10 minutes, because every visual novel is so tempted to be like, oh, I'm gonna break the fourth wall. You are playing as the player, as in the player, and not any character. And sometimes it can work, but sometimes it can really fall on its fucking face. So yeah, I'm glad the story is like very fun. It's also very tightly constructed. And everything makes sense. Also, I really love all the characters and how like all of them are just really nice people, even if they don't seem like it. Like even the justice minister's wife, who kind of seemed like an asshole when you first meet her. She's just trying to write her story. And also trying to calm down her kid. I don't know. I love the characters. They're all really great. Yeah, and the ending was really happy, and I very good. It's so sad that I don't think we're getting another one of these games. Not even just like mechanically, but just another Shoot at Kumi like exclusive. Because I think now, if he doesn't want to do Ace Attorney, I don't think Capcom's gonna let him do anything. Like it's actually really sad because I mean maybe not, because recently the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles came out. That was like his passion project on the 3DS on 2015, and then it got ported in 2021, 2022, and everybody kind of liked it. But he doesn't want to do more Ace Attorney. That's the whole thing. Like he doesn't want to continue Phoenix Wright, and he wants to do something new. I didn't like the Ace Attorney Chronicles. Like that's the hot take for the episode. I'll have more hot takes later on. But God, that fucking game sucks. I get it. It's Herlock Sholmes. It's kind of funny for 1 second. But God, just that game. You can't make a game that worked on the Game Boy and expect me to like feel the same way. Like I don't like how none of the dialogue is voiced. It's all like beep 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 beep. I didn't like how like all the animations also still feel like the fucking DS animations. You can't skip any of them, and they're like really long, and they're always like super theatrics. Like oh god, this worked better on the Game Boy. Why did you do this? Okay, enough for the hot takes.
I haven't ventured into Ace Attorney yet. I mean, I have played the first 2 chapters in the first one, I think.
Oh, you got it. It's very good.
Yeah, but then I switched my computer, and since I'm a person of the seas, I lost the game files.
Well, the first 2 chapters are pretty. The Ace Attorney games are really easy, so I think it'll be fine. I definitely recommend playing the first one at least. It's like a pretty self-contained story until they get to the. I don't want to get into the lore. I know too much about this fucking franchise. It's one of my favorites. Well, not really favorites. It's a toxic relationship I have. Same with Danganronpa. I know too much about this fucking thing. Visual novels, man, they broke my brain. I think I have some kind of dementia, early dementia. I was like, I was talking to Gray. I was like, you know what? I don't think I made any long reviews ever. I forgot I made an Oshinoko video like last year, like 8 months ago. It's so over for me.
Yeah, it's the end. That's a new generation of dementia people.
I want to mention, I'm going on a podcast. I'm abandoning Gray to do another podcast on seasonals.
This is betrayal.
This is the betrayal, ultimate betrayal. And the podcast is basically, they're copying what Digibro did like years ago, where they watch the first episode of every new anime and they talk about it. So I was like, okay, let's see what the new anime now is coming out next season. And goddamn, it's not good, not looking good, guys.
Really?
We have okay, a lot of sequels that people probably will like. I just don't care, and it's like the new ones also aren't very promising, besides a few personal ones. So first of all, we got Konosuba season 3. Have you watched any Konosuba?
No, I still
Really?
to this day refuse to watch isekai, even if it's like a parody isekai.
Damn, that's sad, because Konosuba is actually genuinely
I don't
funny.
care. Fuck you.
Yeah, I read the whole light novel too later. Like I was really obsessed with it when I was like 13. Konosuba was great. Darkness was one of my first like, oh my god, this woman is masochist just like me. Not really. I don't know. I just like the Darkness. And then we got Demon Slayer season 68. I don't care.
Demon Slayer.
They're still going on.
It was over. Damn.
I mean, the manga has been over since like 2020, and the fact that it's still going, the anime, is impressive. Like, this is on the level of like Ashita no Joe going, like having a second season, 10 years after the manga ended. But like Ashita no Joe was like the biggest thing back then. I mean, this is also the biggest thing. So yeah, it reaches that level of like hype that people are still willing to buy it. And also, Kimetsu no Yaiba is like a I said the Japanese name. God damn it, Demon Slayer. Demon Slayer.
Yes. Alert.
Yes. Demon Slayer is like a household name kind of thing, or like you can bring your family to watch it, because even though there's blood, there's also very like family themes about like protecting your sister. Yay, family good. All the characters have some kind of family trauma. I don't like. Okay, enough about Demon Slayer.
Until you venture onto the internet and you see Tanjiro fucking his sister.
Or you watch Monogatari and get enlightened like me. And then we have fucking Mushoku Tensei season 2, part 2. I'm actually pretty happy that they're deciding to like. I think before they even started, they were like, I'm gonna adapt this whole thing. Well, not one guy, but the studio is gonna adapt the entire story, which I think is very respectable, right? You don't get to see that nowadays. I mean, too much. Besides, actually recently a bit more. I think I talked about it maybe a bit. Frieren, 28 episodes. Pretty much caught up to the entire manga. It's like, okay, that's cool. That's even though the final episode that came out yesterday ended off really unceremoniously, and the show's like a 6 out of 10 overall. Even though I made 2 videos on it. But yeah, they at least they made it like a persistent thing in people's collective consciousness. Like, that's one of the points I wanted to make. But then it kind of it didn't pan out. One of the points I wanted to make is that it stewed into people's consciousness, so people actually got attached to the characters, even if some of the characters aren't the most interesting. I think that's really good. I'm not really good. It's just a thing with serialized media that we're kind of missing when every anime is like 12 episodes. So I'm really expecting Mushoku Tensei still going. Yeah, it's like a recap movie. So unfortunately, it's not a new season. And also the Bochi director just finished directing Frieren, and I think he's gonna need a bit more time to recharge. Which is good, I think maybe Bochi the Rock season 2, 2025, please.
Yeah.
I will cry. And then there's Slime, Isekai, don't care. Boku no Hero Academia 7. 7 seasons of this. What the hell? Okay, this is like
Wasn't
impressive.
there like a villain like spin-off / something else, right?
Yeah, I think so. I saw it in my I saw it in my school's library, and it looked so bad. It looked like some kind of how to draw anime book published in 2000 that you can
Damn.
see on like bookshelves. Yeah, it looked really bad. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, I have zero interest in that. I think I watched like first 5 seasons.
And you say you have zero interest in that.
Because I mean, I used to be a completionist in anime. Because like if I start
Yeah.
watching something, I will finish it. But no, I have zero interest in My Hero Academia.
Yeah, I guess the only interesting thing I can think about, even remotely about the show, is that it did pave the way for kind of new shonen adaptations for like the new format they're going for, because they realized, and also Demon Slayer later adapted the same formula because they realized they can't be One Piece because they're not Toei, and they can't do a new episode every week for 20 years because people want better standards, and also the animators don't want to die. So they're doing this thing where like every other season they're making a new season, and it's much more sustainable that way. And Bones, Bones is a good studio. They made Mob Psycho, right?
Yeah.
And I doubt that without Boku no Heroes, I said Boku no Heroes, My Hero Success. Without, I'm reading the titles which are in Japanese on my anime list, so like give me a some slack. Yeah, I'll be cringe. Allow me to be cringe. And without My Hero Success, you probably wouldn't get Mob Psycho 3's quality, which I think I heard about this before. Before the show got aired, they completed all 12 episodes, which is absolutely fucking unheard of in anime, because they always they're always rushing and all that. Watch Shirobako to see how it actually goes. What? Besides that, we got like fucking this is really bad. Spice and Wolf remake, and it looks horrible. They have music by Kevin Penkin, the Made in Abyss guy, and the Shield Hero guy, and the Tower of God guy. And these were pretty big properties, and they have really, really respectable audiences. And Spice Wolf also has that, except the studio is some no-name that like only made like hentai for not hentai, but like High School DxD for like 10 years. It's like what? And they made the Higurashi sequels that everybody hated. And I was like, why? Come on, dude. And also, they're remaking Spice and Wolf, even though Spice and Wolf isn't really that old. It's like from the like mid 2000s, and the fact that it's being considered old just kind of breaks my brain. It's a sad situation all around. I don't like it.
Oh, there's a Code Geass something.
Yeah. I saw it, and I don't know what it is, and it looked very colorful.
Yeah.
Is it gay?
I mean,
no,
Code Geass.
It's not. Is Code Geass gay? I haven't seen the actual Code Geass.
Yeah, I mean, kinda. Yeah, sure. I
Really?
mean, he has like a brother who's like, or like a pseudo brother who's like, I guess. Oh, there's also a Yuri anime, Whisper Me a Love Song.
Do I go on a rant now or maybe on the podcast? Just now. Fuck it. This one I'm also not looking forward to, not because I hate the manga, because I actually really love the manga. The manga's like, I was reading it like today. I was catching up with the new chapters. Yeah, and it was so good. Like the art style, like just going to any random like page and it's like, holy shit. I know this is monthly and monthly manga are usually better, but how did you draw this? Like she perfected. Like okay, on one end there's Berserk and Vagabond, and on this end there's this. Like legit, this is the moe cutesy to, in my opinion, like the best kind of way to do it. In my opinion, like you can kind of say that the forehead's a bit too big. Why are you drawing the eyes too far apart? But like I think I like it. I like it a lot. And I know that this no-name studio is not going to do the source material justice. So I'm just really sad about it. But at least people hear about it and maybe read the manga. I'm sure like most Yuri anime, unfortunately, even though I'm a big gay anime girl supporter, most Yuri anime are just advertisements for their manga. Because there's really not a big audience for that. Citrus had it, Bloom Into You. Unfortunately, also, they didn't make a second season or anything. So yeah, I hope I don't know. Gay woman.
Yeah, holy shit! I'm looking through the thing and like, there
all
really
sequels.
isn't anything.
All sequels. Blue Lock sequel. There's one
Even
side
like
of people where
even like the stuff that are, I think, not originals, but like new things. Windbreaker. What the fuck is that?
Windbreaker. What the hell? Why
and
does
there's
it look so bad?
Bartender Glass of God.
I don't
Oh man,
understand.
anime really has changed, hasn't it?
Yeah,
I mean,
anime,
I guess like maybe maybe like 10 years ago, it would probably be like the same thing, except there probably isn't like this a site like this that I don't know.
that told you, right? I mean, I think there's a few things I want to check out. Just for the giggles. There's one show called Girls Band Cry, and it's about girls and bands and crying. I think so. So let's watch it. I was like, oh, girl bands. I like girl bands now because of Boji. So let's watch it. And also more girl bands. Hibiko Euphonium season 3. KyoAni is so back. I'm actually very excited for this. Like genuinely. Not because I actually like Hibiko that much. I didn't really like the previous 2 seasons. They were like mostly okay, and then a lot of melodrama, a lot of bullshit melodrama, and all the besides like the main characters, none of them were interesting. I don't want to talk about it. Watch my 2027 video. I watched every Q&A anime and ranked them, and I want to kill myself now. That's gonna be on the Johnny Curious channel.
I think there's a manga called The Fable, and it has
yeah.
It's
I saw Alex talk about it in his manga recommendations video, and he was like praising the fuck out of it. And the poster looks very bad.
It looks like it looks like shit.
It looks like that one show about the gangster dad who like cooks and stuff.
Oh yeah.
What the fuck is that called? I forgot. I don't remember anymore.
Yeah, it was like one of those things that like maybe Giga talks about like every time, every season comes out and like no one remembers.
Yeah. Giga, like I don't know. I really don't like how the format of like anime content hasn't changed in like 10 years.
Neither.
He's been able to do this for 10 years, just be like, oh, here's a new isekai, and fucking are you like familiar at all with Blue Lock, or at least what people talk about?
I've tried watching it because like it was a huge thing in my area.
Yeah, I was thinking it definitely would be like. Yeah, it's also huge here.
Indian boys like football, and Indian boys like animation.
Awesome. What did you think about it?
I didn't like it.
Yeah, it's just God. It's just how do you say? It's kind of fascist. It's kind of fashy.
It is, isn't it? It's
Isn't it kind of
egoism.
fashy?
What the fuck?
Yeah.
And also like it's just kind of edgy. Also,
it's so
really
edgy.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, we are the best. What is it? We're the best. What is it? The position in the football team, like the best forerunners. And now we're gonna compete with each other and gonna see who's the most best. And we have no teams because we all play against each other. It's like, what the fuck?
I think I have had one classmate come up to me and like say to my face, "I am an egoist." Oh, there's a Chibi Godzilla no Gyakushu.
What the hell did you just say to me?
That's what it says. It's a TV short that's coming out.
I see. Damn, I'm looking at it.
It looks like the poster for Godzilla -1. I think that's Zoku
Oh, I see it. Yeah, okay, I see it now. Chibi Godzilla. I think this is probably like a thing they put, they're gonna air on TV, and then nobody's gonna remember it after it's done. I mean, okay, there's a few things that apparently are, a bit lower down the list, but I can see people enjoying it. Idolmaster is always gonna have its fans. I know Kexi, so like I'm inevitably going to like know about what's happening with Idolmaster. And
there's a Dead Demons Destruction Kosho, which is like
but it's a sequel to a movie that came out like a while ago. Right. I mean, it's cool that they're getting adapted in the first place. I really liked what I read of the Demons. It just really felt like, it felt like, it's the apocalypse. Let's chill. That kind of thing. I really liked it. I thought the vibes were really good. Also, Blue Archive, the animation. I'll say it. I've seen all of these characters so much in pornography. I've not seen them in any official material. So
all I know about Blue Archive is that it was a mobile game.
Yeah, and a lot of pornography.
Oh, really? I have no idea.
Why are all the characters lollies? What? That's not the stuff I watched. Why? What's happening?
What you want? Okay. I watched a movie yesterday.
Oh, what did you watch?
And it was very good. It was actually very, very good.
You're hyping me up. What is it? Stop edging me.
It's called Perfect Days.
Oh, it's the movie about the toilet cleaner, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've wanted to watch that.
So like before watching it, I think my dad like randomly sent me like a quote picture, you know, that you see in like Facebook or something. I'll send it to you so you can like edit it in if you can.
Yeah, send it to me.
It's by Wim Wenders, who coincidentally happened to be like I guess he coincidentally happened to send the thing to me before watching Perfect Days. I didn't know Wim Wenders directed Perfect Days, but he did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you think?
So it was a very fucking good movie. Have you seen Patterson by any chance? No, right?
No, I haven't seen Patterson.
Yeah, Patterson is a movie by I don't know by who. I think it's PT. I don't know, but it stars Adam Driver, and I really liked it when I watched it. It's like a really chill movie about Adam Driver plays like a bus driver.
Okay.
And then he just goes about his life. He's a poet. He writes poetry in his free time, and he has a girlfriend who sings or something. I don't know. And then they just spend their time together. It's like a very chill movie. And this one felt really similar to that, but like I think this one really builds on it, and I think this one is it's just very fucking good.
Does it make you like feel hope for humanity or something? Like, does it make you feel like really fuzzy?
Yes and no, because yeah, I guess it really does, because the whole thing is just following this guy whose name is Hirayama, who's like an old man who as you said, cleans toilets. It's just following him in his like a couple of days, in his routine. He wakes up, he changes clothes, he goes to work, and then he cleans toilets. Usually there's nothing really happening there at all. He just he eats lunch, he cleans, he drinks something, he leaves back to like his house, and then he goes to like a public bath, and then he comes back.
Are you getting hounded by fucking the 3-headed dogs in the background? What the fuck is happening?
I don't know. There's like a dog. I mean, ignore that.
Cerberus is coming for you, Gray.
Nah, he's my pet.
Okay. All right, continue.
And then so like the synopsis in Letterboxd says Hirayama seems utterly content with his simple life as a cleaner of toilets in Tokyo. Outside of his very structured everyday routine, he enjoys his passion for music and for books, and he loves trees and takes photos of them. A series of unexpected encounters gradually reveals more of his past. Now, I really don't like the last sentence, because it really does not reflect much of the movie, but I guess it really, this movie is not like a Parasite like or like a Shoplifters like tonal shift by the end where you find out that he's like a fucking serial killer or something. No, this one's like completely chill to the very end, except that this one really like there's like really low amounts of dialogue in the movie, and you don't really get much into who these characters are, except for their actions and like subtle grunts or something like that. And even they do talk. There is dialogue there, but they talk normally. They don't really talk about anything really coherent.
They don't do like anime exposition.
They don't.
When I was 7, my mom kicked me in the balls.
They don't do that.
I have erectile dysfunction.
They don't do that. But like you can like tell the humanly pathos that's underlying these people's lives as they like go about their routines every day. And also one thing is that this, as you probably heard from me reading the synopsis, it says he enjoys his passion for music and for books. There's a lot of good music in this.
Really? What kind of good music? Give me it.
One of them I did send you.
Oh, okay, it comes back. Okay, that's a great song. I love the song. It's called
that's the only
Sakana.
Yeah. That's the only Japanese one in the thing, and then the rest of it's like older rock and roll, but not like really known rock and roll. I didn't really recognize any of them except for maybe the last one that plays as he's driving. Oh man, the last scene really like gets to you. Where
man,
yeah, you should definitely fucking watch it. It's an incredible watch.
I should. I really should.
Yeah, and like I'm gonna tie this to something else that I want to talk about, which I guess it really does go hand in hand. I've been like getting more into the German philosopher Byung-Chul Han. Do you know who that is? Have you heard of him?
No, not. Yeah, that doesn't sound very German to me.
Yeah, he's Korean born, but he's German. He's a German philosopher who writes pretty small books. I haven't read any of them. Just to like disclose, I'm not a what do you call it? A scholar of Byung-Chul Han's or anything like that. I just know things from secondhand sources that I've read and like heard on videos and like lectures and shit. Byung-Chul Han is like he's a philosopher who talks about what philosophers talk about, society and shit. His like thing about his main thing is like looking at what the modern age means for us.
Okay, that sounds
we
interesting.
have yeah. Do you say something?
No, I said that sounds interesting. That's the kind of stuff I would want to read about.
Yeah. All of his books are like quite short, or like short at least compared to like the bigger one, like bigger philosophers, bigger as in like bigger book philosophers. He doesn't try to like encapsulate the entirety of the meaning of life or existence into one book like a lot of people do try to. All of his books are like focused on like a singular thing that he noticed or like he thought about or like he formulated from his years of living and like studying and shit.
Oh my god, kind of like my videos. It's just one point. 1 point.
Totally.
I am a philosopher, yes, indeed.
And one of his things that I really liked is the Achievement Society.
Achievement Society.
So back during the times of the bald man, Foucault.
Okay.
Foucault had the idea of the discipline society, where societies took control of its individual people through discipline. If you don't do this, we will fucking kill you, or like beat you up, or like even like punish you, right? And so you do what the society, like the external authorities want you to do, live like how they want you to do. But we no longer live during those times. We no longer live during the 1940s or 60s. Nowadays, we're not driven by discipline or negative power, as he calls it. We're driven by positive power. That is achievement. It's like we no longer exploit our. Okay, they no longer exploit us. We exploit ourselves. So it's like what do you call it? Like do work on yourself. Do follow your dreams, and like
pull yourself by the bootstraps.
Yeah, exactly. And then all that stuff connects to this. And what happens in this achievement society is that they're like we have people are beings of habit, right? Like there we have traditions, we have rituals that we do, but as achievement society builds on, achievement society, as he says, I'm not gonna really get into it like here, because like there's a lot of things that I've heard and even more things that I've yet to read, so I won't like go too in depth. Achievement societies make narcissists, is what he says. Narcissism is like not exactly like a psychological condition, but yeah, kind of like a sociological socio-psycho condition, I guess, where you're like hyper focused on what you are and you're focused on defining yourself, and you're completely submerged in the self, if you want to say it like that. And the problem with that is that you break down these rituals and traditions, and the problem with that is that these traditions are there for a reason, and one of the reasons being that they build community. And nowadays, we are breaking down these traditions. We don't need to be polite. It's like, do according to what you want to do. And you don't have to care about what others feel or what others think, because you're your project. You're the Ubermensch or whatever.
What no community does to a motherfucker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like what motherfuckers do to a community.
Both ways. It goes both ways.
Yeah. I think this movie is like, I can see like aspects of it, because Hirayama is like an older person, older gentleman whose days are heavily routined and like heavily ritualized, I guess, and like he's living in a world that's completely that's diametrically opposed to this kind of living, and like you can like tell that there is like you can feel like an out of placeness in his lifestyle as compared to the places he works in, like the people around him, not the people around him per se, but like the people he meets while he's at work, the people with the suits and like the rich people, not just rich people, but the modern folk, the modern achievement society folk, I guess. But the thing with this movie is that I can like see a persevering, the perseverance of like the human spirit or something, because
the indomitable human spirit missed the achievement society.
Like even if like capitalism has fucked us all, you can still live well. You can still make the best of what you have, and that's what I find powerful in Perfect Days. It's very heart-wrenching to watch, especially in the latter half, for reasons I won't get into, because it will be a spoiler. I think you should like get into it without really knowing where things are going, because you'd probably be surprised, although like not shocked as the synopsis may suggest. Okay. But I like it. It's like a very good, very sufficient dose of something really complex but simple.
I think the naming of the movie, the boldness to name it Perfect Days, with the premise that it has, I think it's already kind of powerful. I definitely want to watch it.
I think it's in reference to a song by Lou Reed's.
Oh, Lou Reed. He likes poop. He has a poop fetish.
Really?
He also sings. He's also a singer.
I know.
Why did I say that first? He's a singer. Velvet Underground. That whole thing. Yes.
I think I read somewhere that he said that the Beatles were pretentious, and also later he admitted that the Beatles are like the best songwriters of all time.
Well, Lou Reed, he's an old man. And old men do be old men.
He's dead.
Speaking of, dead men do be dead men. Speaking of old men, though, while you watched a very good movie about an old man, I saw a movie made by a lot of old men that was really bad. Lady Ballers. It was the movie made by the Daily Wire. It was the movie where they like the whole premise is that men pretend to be trans to compete in women's sports, and because men are so much better than women, men win everything. It's worse than I describe it. Like there's so much sexism, so much racism. There's like it's not even like it's not remotely funny, and not just because of the political messaging. And the acting is so bad. It's so bad. It's the worst movie I've ever seen. I deliberately wanted to watch a movie that like I know I would hate, and this was like exceeded my expectations. So I was like, okay, transphobia expected, homophobia maybe. Oh god. But it's like this movie knows that it's evil. Because they have a character who's like gets into this pretending to be trans business and actually discovers that she's trans, and there's the whole thing. There's a fucking speech in the movie. There's like, coach, I think I've discovered who I really am. I feel so proud of myself, and my parents are supporting me. That's so good. And then the coach kicks her, well, I guess him, in the balls, and then says, no, you're actually a man. Bye bye. That's bad. No, It's horrible.
It's directed by someone called Jeremy Boring.
It's the like the main like CEO of Daily Wire.
Ugh.
It's horrible. It's horrible. Lady Ballers. It's so bad.
Oh, it
God.
has Ben Shapiro, Candace Owens.
Yes, Ben Shapiro plays a coach, and he's the only guy who swears in the movie, but his swears are bleeped out for some reason, even though this is supposed to be like an offensive comedy. Oh god, it's so bad. And Matt Walsh, do you know Matt Walsh?
Speaking of like, yeah.
Okay, never mind. Let's not talk about this anymore. Let's talk about what you got.
Yeah. Speaking of movies that are controversial, I mean, okay, this really does not belong with whatever the thing that you talked about. That's definitely like 100% more atrocious, but this one kind of like made me feel kind of sad. There's a movie called Late Night with the Devil. Have you heard of it?
No, I haven't. That sounds very sexy.
Yeah. Okay. You've never seen a horror movie before, have you?
No.
Do you think that like the Friday the 13th is supposed to be like a sex party?
No, Lady Ballers is horror movie to me now. Okay, that's the horror movie.
Late Night with the Devil is a horror movie, which is getting really bad ratings, not because it's bad, but because it has 3 images of AI generated things. And it's kind of very sad because, as someone like 24 Frames of Nick, I think this is a YouTuber that I follow on Letterboxd. He said, you're voting with your money that this is okay. And I think I agree. And it's just really sad that they I was like genuinely interested with what the movie is. The synopsis reads: a live broadcast of a late night talk show in 1977 goes horribly wrong, unleashing evil into the nation's living rooms. It's a really cool concept. I really would have watched it. I mean, I can still watch it because I'm pirating it. But it's just very sad. It just made me really sad.
Yeah, it would be really sad. Do you want to wrap it up here? Because I don't have much. I was talking about I don't think I.
Yeah, sure. I also one more thing, I guess. I think you have you always mention that your favorite album is In the Airplane Over the Seas, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I agree. Mine is also, I guess, that. Although I haven't listened to as many albums as you have. For the things that I have listened to, it's definitely the best. Awesome. I think I've decided upon a very close second, and this one I don't care if you don't agree. This one this one may be kind of unexpected, not unexpected.
Unexpected? What?
Yeah.
What music do you listen? Okay. What is it?
You've definitely listened to it. I've made you listen to it.
Oh, made me. Is it Dead Kennedys?
No, it's not Dead Kennedys. It's not anything. It's not Radiohead or anything like that. It's Imperfect by Ling Tazita Shigur.
All right, that album. Oh man, yeah. I mean, that's a that's called unique taste, or maybe wee bass bitch boy taste, but I think it's fine. It's a more unique top list than mine. Mine is just music nerd bullshit. But damn, Imperfect is that good to you? I listened to it once. I really
fucking liked it. I don't think there's a single song that I don't like in it.
I mean, I also thought it was a very solid album. It didn't click with me in the same way.
I mean, I have no idea what the album is even about, but listening to it at you in the aircon at very low temperatures under a blanket. Man.
Okay, I can see why. Okay, I can see the experience there. This is why I like talking about music, because so much of the time it's about the experience you had with it and not the actual. I mean, because music, once you get to a certain level of quality, it's kind of it's good, But what difference between a 10 out of 10 and an 8 out of 10 is the experience you have with it. That might be pretentious to say, but I think it's definitely true. I think I say my favorite albums in the airplane, but it also changes every day between In Rainbows and recently also Elliott Smith, either or. Elliott Smith is just such a singular songwriter, man. And also honestly, I think Teens of Denial is creeping up there. Holy fuck! I think it's hard to say right now, but really, not a single bad song on there, and the writing is just so sharp. Like such a cutting album, very depressing album.
Definitely
Like I
agree,
realized, but goddamn, it's very good. Damn, we ended off with some music talk. That was unexpected.
Yeah.
I have one more thing I want to do. This is called Kira Shouts Out YouTubers at the end of every episode, because I want to do that now. I want to do this recurring section. Well, not shout out. I just mentioned the ones I like because I don't have any clout. But Volksgeist, they make good music videos. Not music videos, videos about music. And they made one about Ichiko Aoba recently, and the one about Nujabes before recently. And they're just like, yeah. It's not like amazing coverage. It's not like amazing analysis, but it's very well presented visually, and it does share their music to a wider audience of like 400,000 people. So I'm very glad. And also, Volksgeist, I think it's like the founder of Nebula, which is like kind of insane.
Damn, that's nice.
Right. Yeah, like they co-founded Nebula with a bunch of other people like Lindsay Ellis. So,
I think one of my like unsaid goals is to like get into
beyond Nebula.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense, right? I think my goal is to be on the Watch Mojo
make
list.
videos.
Is to be on the Watch Mojo top 10 list.
Top 10 femboy anime YouTubers.
No.
Or
So
top 10
overrated.
feet fetishists.
No. How do we end? Do you have something to end this off of? I had an intro planned. Oh wait, ASMR. Yes, we were talking about. So please, great. Now be a hamster.
How does a hamster sound like? I've
Fucking
never
try.
seen
Come
a
on.
hamster before.
You're a professional at this. We've been doing this for 10 episodes. This is our ASMR content channel, okay? This is what we do every day.
Let me Google things that a hamster would say.
Yeah, because hamster, you should write it into ChatGPT and it's gonna be like tell you something.
I am hungry. Where's my food?
I love you. How was your day? I miss you. Let's make.
I love running on my wheel.
Can we talk about something that's been on my mind?
Whoa,
Thank
this
you for always
bedding
being there
is
for
cozy.
me. Let's cuddle. I'm the girlfriend.
I'm curious,
I'm the
and everything
girlfriend.
is in my cage.
Ah! Okay.
I'm the cutest hamster ever, right?
This is the worst ending of the podcast so far. Thanks for watching, guys.
What the
Bye bye.
fuck is this?